Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's Friday night and I'm going out and but before I go out, I wanted to make this my first beer. I've been really excited about it. I've had to wait. The beer's been here for a while, but I had to wait until I come back from my holidays in order to drink it. But I'm looking forward to it because it's a collaboration between Thornbridge Brewery and Titanic Brewery. Two brilliant breweries, so you're going to get a great beer. Now, I've had this beer come in my beer club. So I'm a member of the Thornbridge Beer Club. Really highly recommend it. You just pay for it each month. The delivery comes. You don't even have to think about it. It just comes. And there's been some really good beers in there. And yeah, the only thing is, it seems like the months go by so fast, and then you're like, oh my God, I've not drank all them beers from the last month. So, but anyway, I'm going to get this one out, but I just want to talk about it a little bit. I've messaged Thornbridge today, and they've given me sort of like rather than go on the web and then you scroll through it, I've got it all in one thing. So I know all about the beer, what it tastes like, everything. It's not like it's about bringing it to you nice and rapid and quick, because it's available now to buy, and it's for a limited period only. And I reckon it's going to be good. So I think you should just go out and get it if it's your type of beer and you like it. So anyway, it's in the fridge. I'm just going to go and get it out of the fridge. I'll be back in a second. So here it is, and what a lovely label it is. What an absolutely fantastic label. I think it's brilliant, because I was talking to my friend today and I was thinking, how great does that sound? Thornbridge Titanic. It sort of goes well, doesn't it? Thornbridge Titanic. And now this was brewed at Thornbridge, obviously with the two breweries collaborating together and coming up with this really nice IPA. It's coming in at 5.3%, and they've called it the Britannic, which is, I believe, the sister ship of the Titanic. I'm not sure. I think it might have been a hospital ship. Quote me if I'm wrong, but it's not really bad. But it's about, Titanic Brewery, Titanic, sister ship, Britannic. Great name for a beer. Thornbridge Titanic. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. So let's get this cracked open and get it into a glass. But anyway, so yeah, oh God, first beer on a Friday night. Absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really looking forward to this, and I know it's going to be going to be good. I know it's going to be good. It's going to be look at the carbonation in that. The head on that, it's going to be good. Just get a little bang just to get them bubbles up there. Smells good. Smells fruity. Right, so I've poured that. I probably didn't need to pour that as aggressive as I did. Now this, I think, is a bottle conditioned beer. Right? It is a bottled conditioned beer. Yes. So the bottle contains fresh live yeast. Lovely jubbly. Bottle conditioned to create natural carbonation, which I love. It's fantastic. Natural carbonation is absolutely so noticeably different to like forced carbonation, and the flavour you would expect from a pint of cask ale in a pub. Please pour carefully to leave the yeast in the bottle. Now, so guys, I've just nipped back in because I couldn't help myself. As you can see, there's another bottle stood up here, and I kid you not, I just couldn't help it. I had to go and crack the other one open. And I just wanted to show you, like, it's very important. The reason why I did it is because I'm so passionate about beer. I'm so passionate about the beers that I bring to the channel. And this is why I waffle on about them so much. I felt guilty because I didn't pour it clean. So I wanted to show you this. Look at the quality of that, right? Okay. The reason I wanted another one is because I wanted to, show you the absolute beautiful quality of that beer. Look how absolutely reflectively, beautifully golden that is on the beer. Now, this is either coming in right at the start of the video or right at the end. I think I'm going to put it at the start. But yeah, and also I poured it very, very carefully, and the foam is brilliant. Now this is at cabin temperature, and we are warmed up a little bit, but my cabin temperature is a little bit colder than the outside temperature. So, but this is going to be a little bit warmer than it probably should be. It's probably going to be pushing more than 9 degrees, but the quality of the beer is absolutely beautiful. For a bottle conditioned beer, if you pour it carefully, there's not a single drop of anything in there. There's no bubbles clinging to the side. The head looks as if it's going to stay there forever. Look, when I swirl that round, how the bubbles, fine bubbles as well, just rise straight back up to that. It's sort of like, it's such a good beer, I needed to do it twice. And I really feel quite slow, quite drunk after 5.3%. I've only had one. But I've got empty stomach and brilliant. So anyway, I'm going to just try this now. Oh, the mouthfeel is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. That head is going to stick around forever, isn't it? It's going to stick around to the end. But the mouthfeel is beautiful. I was a little bit worried when they talk about like adding malts that just give sugars, but the sugars are not there to be fermented into alcohol. They're there to add fullness and gravity and enhance the foam. But at least they're natural sugars. Well, I don't know. I don't even know what dextrine is, but it's a malt. I believe it's a malt. And how amazing that a malt is unfermentatable. It's amazing. But look at that. It's a beautiful, absolutely stunning looking beer. And you know what I like about it is although it's it's very sort of like golden and very light, you can still see a maltiness within that lightness. And that's where I think the collaboration has come together to this is such an interesting beer. This is a beer that I could just like, you know, it's like art. It's really beautiful. So even though it's a very light, lovely, low coloured sort of like beer, there is still a honey type looking sort of malt look about that beer. Yeah, absolutely fabulous. So the nose with a clean beer, as we say, because I've not put the yeast in that in it. It is really, from that Galaxy hop, I'm sure that Galaxy hop is some hop. It's some hop. Thornbridge told me what's in this beer. They told me the hops, they told me the taste, the nose is available on the website. You can find it out all for yourself. I normally drink a beer and try and discover it for myself, get it wrong, and then look it up. But even though they've told me what this beer is all about, this beer is still a mystery beer. This just isn't a standard. This isn't a standard IPA. This is a awesomely put together, mysterious IPA where everything's so blended together, so well put together that it's like you could have a complete night of this beer and everybody just trying to figure out everything about this beer. It's very mysterious. It's a fantastic beer. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on about this and carry on with the original beer review. I just wanted to come in and show you what the beer looks like when I don't pour the yeast in, because I felt like I was a little bit like hasty with that. So yeah, because the beer has two types of taste. It has the clean finished taste like that. And then when you chuck the yeast in, which they tell you not to do. So I respect the breweries for when they say pour it carefully, because they want you to experience a clean beer like that. Even though it's been conditioning in the bottle, they want you to experience a clean beer like that. And I felt a little bit disrespectful. Oh, got hit the mic. I felt a little bit disrespectful, and I do apologise for getting the yeast in there quick before I'd actually tasted the clean beer. And the clean beer like that is so clean, so fresh, so lovely, and so soft and pillowy. Look at it. It's amazing. This is one of the reasons with the superbest of finest carbonation bubbles rising up there. This is one of the reasons why I'm a massive Thornbridge fan and I'm a massive Titanic brewery fan, and I always will be. You know, absolutely. they're absolutely brilliant. They're brilliant breweries, both of them are. And I think to be honest with you, you know, we're seeing breweries sort of like struggle at the minute, and you know, and I feel really sad that breweries are having to close down, and you know, it's fundamentally one of the reasons why that we do this. Well, you know, YouTubers, beer reviewers do this. But yeah, it makes me sad. But I just think Thornbridge and Titanic Brewery, you know, they'll just carry on and on and on and on, because they just produce some fantastic beers. And look at what we got here. Look, I'm supposed to have gone off back to the review, but look at it. Look at it. It's bloody amazing. Mm. It's a complex beer, that is. That is a complex beer. It's everything working together. Everything, the malts, the hops, everything. They've all gone to the party, and they're all dancing around. They're doing the okie dokie. They're doing what they're all working together. Nobody's taking centre stage. They're all just coming together to bring a brilliant beer. Right. Anyway, back to the review. I've seen a bit. Dextrin. Now this dextrin, I think is malts. It's sort of like, it gives, it's a high percentage of unfermentable sugars, right? So they retain a lot of sugars, but don't give any flavour or any colour to the beer. However, what it does do to the beer, it helps give it body. And it said it's ideal for light beer styles where core flavour profile will not be lost. And it's there to increase fullness, increase the final gravity to enhance the foam. So, yeah, and I'm not normally very good at reading things out. I normally stumble all around it, but I have done a little bit anyway. So, yeah, so as we've seen, it's got a nice foam, isn't it? A lovely, nice white foam. It smells really fruity. It smells really, really tropical, and love it. And I tell you what as well, I can almost smell that Galaxy hop. Can almost smell that Galaxy hop, because it's all about the fruit. It doesn't like give any sort of like pininess or any floralness or anything. It's just fruit. The Galaxy hop is, but it can be quite apparently a bit aggressive with that, and it works well when it's settled down. I think the putty has that as well in it, and it's also got the Simcoe hop, which is all about sort of like fruits as well, but you can get a bit of pininess from that, and that. So a couple of really, really great New World hops. So it's saying served at 5 to 8 degrees. This is about 7 degrees out the fridge. We got Galaxy and Simcoe, as I've said. They're using low colour Maris Otter malts, which I think Thornbridge use throughout their range. Anyway, and that helps. It says here they've used that malt for years, and it gives all of their beers depth and structure, right? And it gives a nice rich malt sweetiness, right? So I'm hoping to get some of this yeasty stuff in here now, right? And there's going to be a little bit left in there. So here we go. Yeah, we've got a bit of yeast. So I do apologise to the breweries. I've just ruined the lovely, clear, beautiful, golden look of that beer. I should have probably tasted it clean without the yeast, but no, I want to taste it with that goodness in. So yeah, grapefruit and pineapple on the nose, mango and citrus. It's going to be citrusy in the taste. And it says here as well, you can have it with sticky cauliflower wings. Well, I've not got any sticky cauliflower wings at the minute. Probably got like a few wings since I've put some weight on holiday. But anyway, let's stop waffling on. Let's get into this beer. Oh, lovely. Very fruity. Oh, straight away, I can get a lovely little bit of malt balance there. I was quite surprised how quickly that lovely sweet malt sort of came then. That was really nice. That was really lovely. And also, oh, an excellent mouthfeel. Excellent mouthfeel. Slight bitterness. Oh, just a lovely. So what we've got here, we have a lot of respect for the team at Titanic and their beers. So we really were excited to brew this one. Together, our collaboration IPA is full-bodied as it is, yes, and packed with New World hops for plenty of citrus and tropical fruit flavour. Citrus and tropical fruit flavour. Absolutely, just as it says on the bottle. Now, I'm probably getting a little bit... There is a little bit of pininess there, but that's probably coming from the Simcoe. The Simcoe hop. Almost just touching on the, yeah, a nice dryness as well. A nice dryness, a lovely subtle bitterness, but then you get that that sweet balance from the malts. It's got a little bit more hop forward now. I've crashed it down a little bit. It's just got them nice fruity flavours in there. There definitely is some nice pininess in that. What a nice sort of like, it's almost slightly danky, which I quite like. I hope I'm describing this in the way that it wants to be described. But yeah, it's very, very nice. Well, we're getting some nice zest, freshness in that. I think also what I've added to this is the yeastiness. So let's swirl this round and let's get all the rest of that bottle conditioned loveliness in there. Look at the foam. Look at the quality of that. It's made it slightly a little bit hazy, but that's because I've poured it and thrown everything in there. Look at the foam on that. Oh my goodness me. For an IPA, look at that. You know, 5.3% as well. I can feel that. I've not had anything to eat since about 12 o'clock because we're going out for a curry tonight. So I just wanted to, I've been trying to be good and I wanted to leave some room. So, God, on an empty stomach, I can actually feel this warming from the alcohol, although it's hidden really well. It's, you know, it's only 5.3%. It's, just look at that. I keep looking at that thinking that looks beautiful. Look at the foam on that. That's like blooming, I think it's so pillowy, isn't it? It's amazing. Really. You know what Speno waffles like? I get excited about these beers. Oh, I'm getting some of the grapefruit now. I can't work out whether I've got that on the nose or on the taste. But there is definitely like a bit of like grapefruit come through there. Oh yeah, sort of a piney, grapefruity. Yeah, the grapefruit's definitely just got me. So I can't work. Yeah, it's definitely there. Absolutely. It doesn't say that in the. It says like the taste, mango, sort of citrus. Well, so grapefruit is there, and grapefruit will give a little bit of that little bit of bitterness as well. Nice. Yeah, some nice sweetness from the malts there, balancing out the bitterness, but not overtaking the flavour from the hops. The hops are the star of the show. With this, definitely the star of the show. And I can sort of, I can taste that Galaxy hop. I can taste that. When I've had the putty beer, that's got that Galaxy hop, and it reminds me of that sort of same, like, real hit of fruit. And then I can get the pininess in there as well that I think the Simcoe hop is probably giving me, which all sort of like them hops work really well together. This is I think the bitterness is fairly high on this, but it's really balanced and dialed back by the malts, and that Maris Otter malt is a good malt. It's you know, it's a well-known sort of malt that really does add that nice sweetness, doesn't it? That lovely, rich sweetness. And I think if it wasn't for the super quality of that malt, that's literally really like coming in and balancing that beer, this would be fairly bitter. And you could almost like push it to sort of like a West Coasty sort of type bitterness in that. But yeah, that's full of fruity IPA fruity flavors with a really nice bitterness that then gets balanced really well with the sweetness of the malts and leaves a slight dryness to the mouth that wants you to go and have another sip. That's a quality beer. I really, really like that. I really love that. And you know what? What a shame it's a limited edition. What a shame it's going to be limited because, like, oh, you know, it's definitely one of those beers where I'd like to be drinking it with another beer reviewer, or B, opening another one straight away to carry on, because I don't think I've discovered everything that beer's given me just yet. But I can tell you this now. I highly recommend that whilst this is available, you don't miss out on it, because you know, Thornbridge Brewery bring us Jaipur. It's one of the greatest IPAs. Like it's a long-standing, fantastic IPA. The Titanic Brewery, you know, they bring us the plum porter, don't they? You know, that's what I think when I think of Titanic. I think straight away plum porter. Oh, it's brilliant, brilliant beer. And especially the reserve. Oh my goodness me, absolutely awesome. Now I just want to say as well a big thank you to both these breweries, because I've had beer delivered from them, both of them. I am part of the Thornbridge Club, but both Titanic and Thornbridge, their delivery, their service, their communication, everything is fantastic. It really is. They're happy to talk to you and tell you about the beer. But I think this is like one of those, it's one of those beers where they've got the description there, but there's also a little bit of mystery in there. You know, it's, yeah, I maybe like should have drank it a little cleaner rather than put a bit of the yeast in, but I didn't. I only put a little bit in. But the yeast, once I've chucked that in, it's like really just give it. I mean, you've seen what happened to the head as well. Yeah, I like to dump all that stuff in. Anyway, crikey, feels like I've had 3 beers. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Can I give it a 10 out of 10? Can I? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 because as much as I wanted to, but I'm not sort of like, I'm not trying to suck up to these guys or anything like that by giving it a 10 out of 10. I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 because a 10 out of 10 beer has to absolutely wow me and be totally and utterly sort of like just boom. If I was scoring this beer, it's one of those when you know, you've done the best you can possibly do at college and you got a 9.5. You're like, well, it's a 10 out of 10. But the only reason why I'm not going, boom, this is a 10 out of 10 is because it's a really good IPA that I know these can brew all the time. Thornbridge can brew IPAs, fantastic. Titanic can brew beer. I just knew it was going to be something brilliant, but it's not anything they've done off the scale. It's not. They've not done anything that they can't do with their eyes shut. They're brilliant. So it's not like they've sort of like says to me, right, or says to us, we're going to bring you a beer, and it's going to be 12%, and it's or barrel aged beer or something like that. So I really want to give it a 10 out of 10. Because it is a 10 out of 10 beer, but it's a classic Thornbridge IPA with like a bit of a twist, and you know, Titanic Brewery sort of like putting their bit on it. I think they've not given me, or they're not given us all that info about it. I think there's a little bit of a like the chuckling behind saying, yeah, there's some secret gone in there. And I think you need 2 or 3 or 4 bottles to really find that out. But anyway, I'll tell you what, I'll give it a 10 out of 10 for the label. The label's fantastic, isn't it? I love the labels. You know, it's so good to see the Thornbridge crest up there, and then the Titanic, you know, the ship, their classic sort of Titanic brewery. logo, the Thornbridge around the top. What a great couple of breweries to brew together. Thornbridge Titanic. It just rings, doesn't it? Or Titanic Thornbridge, you know? It just rings. And then naming the beer after the sister ship, which makes it even better because it's like, you know, them two have come together like siblings, isn't there? And called it Britannic. That's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, a great beer, lovely. It's lingering. I want another one. I tell you what, it's that good. I want another one. And I'm not. Do you know what? As well, here's the funny thing, right? I can sort of taste Jaipur in there a little bit. You'd expect doing a 5.3% IPA would be, is it going to be Jaipur? Just die down a little bit. You know, I'm not saying it is, but like you'd sort of think to yourself, they're brilliant at brewing IPAs. We know that the Jaipur is absolutely fantastic. So are they just going to dial it down a bit and then just add a little bit of whatever? But no. For me, this is a completely different beer to Jaipur. This is a completely different IPA to Jaipur. And that's what I love about it. And then like whether or not the dextrins come from Titanic to give it that full body, I don't know. I'd love to know which part each person played, each brewery played. But you know, for the fact that they've, do you know what? Speno, it's a 10 out of 10. It's a Speno 10 out of 10. I just get a little bit fed up of giving that out all the while. But the thing is, I drink quality beer, so it just comes. It comes as it comes. But the thing is, they've not brewed a Jaipur and just dialed it back with a bit more sweetness. They've not. They've done something completely different. They really have done something completely different here. The two breweries have got together, and the experience that Thornbridge has got by doing these IPAs, and then probably Titanic a bit more with the with the plum porter, probably a little bit, like each influence adds to the flavours of the beer and that. God, I absolutely feel steaming after this beer. Honestly, I'm empty stomach. But yeah, they've not just done a standard IPA here. You can I tell you what, yes, this is it. You can tell it's a collaboration. This is something completely different. It is a collaboration IPA, which is very, very mysterious for me. There's a lot going on in that. There's too much going on in that to be able to discover it in one bottle. That's what I'm trying to say. So for that reason, I give that a 10 out of 10, and you should go out right now and order it and get it. Or if you're lucky enough to be near a tap room, go and have a pint of it, because on cask, I bet that'd be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, God, this has been a proper waffle. Probably because I'm just overexcited because it's been a hard week at work and I'm really looking forward to the weekend. But yeah, so yeah, enjoy this beer. Thank you, Thornbridge, for getting back to me. As always, I didn't contact Titanic today because I didn't need to. I just thought I'll just contact Thornbridge. They always get back to me. I feel like they're a friend. And thanks for the beer. Thanks for the collab. Thanks for the label. Thanks for the great name. Brilliant. Thank you for the beer. Take care, everybody. Live, laugh, love, and drink great beer.